Hello and welcome back. For those of you that are new, welcome. I am Tula and this is Tula's Tarot. So in today's pickapile reading, I pulled the strongest energies that really reflect what's going on in your connection with this person romantically. Now I want you to keep in mind, this can either be someone from your past or your present. It's whatever pile you feel drawn to. If you have not yet aligned with your pile, I always recommend to pause the video, whether you are drawn to the stone, to a specific deck, or if you see it numerically. This is pile 1, 2, and 3. I do want to remind you that I do read empathically. I sense things, I interpret energies, I actually feel as though I'm in that moment, seeing things around, and I convey it in the reading. So the style and how I read each and every pile will not be the same. All right, my loves, if you do not know by now, I do like to get right into it. So let's begin. All right, so I'm going to read the spread, but I do want to advise that I do have these oracle messages that I like to incorporate into my tarot readings for further clarity or a confirmation on a message already conveyed. So I will have them tucked aside here until I am done reading here. So for those of you that chose pile 1, I'm going to say the most predominant energy, how I'm feeling this reading, is that this is you and this is the person that you hold in your heart, or that is very strongly predominating your mind, your mental space. I am seeing that you are still very unhappy. It looks like in this connection it was very unbalanced, or currently these are the strongest energies that are being pulled. Very unbalanced, really disconnecting. Now, before I delve into it, I do want to say that I am picking up that you and this person couldn't be more different. Now, yes, opposites do attract, and sometimes they do that beautiful dance where you pull from each other's strengths, you hold each other's hands while you do this dance in life, and life may pull you in a different direction, but holding each other's hand through life, you grow together. In this situation, I am seeing that you're both just very different. One, I am seeing very in tune with spirituality, with ancestry, with your ancestors, with the metaphysical world, with the spiritual world. You're very strong and in tune with your emotions and intuition. Intuition is strongly coming to mind. Now, your other person, I want to say, is more very lighthearted, very happy-go-lucky, focusing on some material things. Not to say that they are materialistic. However, those are the things that are very important, and having a connection that makes him look good, but because he wants to be happy. I'm seeing more of a self-absorption to some degree with this person, and I think you both expected to give and receive differently in this connection. And for you, I feel like you feel like it should have been something that was understood. And your person sometimes, when you used to argue or used to try conveying certain things, they just would look at you like, where is this coming from? And it's because they cannot relate to that way of thinking. I'm seeing that your love languages are very, very different. So I'm also seeing pile 1 collective loves that you were still trying to find out information on this person. I am seeing that you are kind of having a hard time letting go and accepting that this is over, or if it has and you're leading separate lives, it just weighs very heavy on you to where you're having nightmares about it. You are sleeping late. You're kind of like on your phone at night and you fall asleep with your phone in your hand. I'm getting a visual of it. You have a very difficult time moving on, and it could be when you think about this connection and you start feeling it, but this is an energy that is very heavy with you. You tried really being fair in a connection. You really tried seeing from their perspective. You even tried adjusting who you are and certain things to make it work. Now your person, I'm just seeing like the maturity level. And I want to say, when it comes to maturity, how do I explain this? I want to say your souls. I feel like you are more of an older soul than they are. And so when you're able to see deeply into things and use your intuition, which, they kind of acknowledged that part of you when you were together, but they didn't really like focus too much upon it. They just knew that you were a little special like that. But I have to say, they're not willing to put in the work. They're way over it. They've decided not to go forward in making it work, because I know there was a part of you that still wanted it to work, and maybe they thought about it too, but I'm not seeing here that willingness to work. It's everything reversal, not willing to put in the time to enjoy the fruits of it, not being able, not wanting to, not so much as being able to, not wanting to work on it together as a teamwork. I am seeing that they are very strong in their stance on being happy, personal happiness. I think they're very much wanting to be happy by themselves. They feel like they have a lot of living to do, and if it doesn't involve a relationship right now, then so be it. And it's not always easy for me to convey these kind of messages, but it is the truth. And I always put that my readings are real and raw, and I'm not going to sugarcoat, although I will deliver it with as much ease and love as possible. So with the different decks here that I have, I asked Spirit to give the strongest messages for you, pile one. So these are the cards that came out. You know what? When these came out, this is how I really saw it. So before you say, oh no, they were not addicted to anything, I want you to understand, with this reading, with these cards, what I'm feeling is that there was an addiction to the chemistry, and I feel you were also addicted to it as well. But that's because your feelings were, I feel, were more deep rooted, deeply felt. Not that they didn't have feelings for you, but you felt it deeply. But there definitely was some chemistry between you two, and I think when you were together, that was the addiction. Doesn't have to be, but that's what came out. Now, Spirit is saying for you, because you do get into this funk, you do get into this period of just sulking and just allowing it to rob you of your happiness of today. Spirit is saying, you know what? Go out there and do something you've never done before, because you might find it is one of your passions. All right. You could take up anything from gardening, to pottery, to tattooing. I mean, whatever it is, just put yourself out there. Okay. Now, I asked Spirit for another message. Now, wedding. It could be that you two, and remember, this is a large collective reading. It's not going to apply to everybody. And this is a timeless reading. So one can always visit this and it'll resonate with them somehow. So it could be that you were married and are now separated legally or divorced. It could be that you were engaged planning a wedding. It could be that you two even went to a point of starting to talk about marriage. Hey, did you ever see us together? You get my point. So this card came out, and that was the only card that came out, because I shuffled for quite a bit after and no other card came out. So I understood what Spirit was trying to say. Now, I asked for specific messages with regards to this deck, and this is what came about. And for this, I'm going to pull out the High Priestess, because I feel while you get into this, oh my, okay, while you get into this, you are not able to align with your higher, stronger self. And that's why you do the pick-a-piles. And that's why Spirit is here to give you these messages. When you start focusing on yourself, realizing you deserve to experience things that make you happy, it'll be part of your spiritual awakening. And it will connect you to the divine even stronger. You will come to know what your purpose is. I am feeling you are so intuitive. I might as well say some of you are psychic. Some of you are even tarot readers, or you're with the runes. I don't know how that just came to me, but and Reiki healing. You are beyond this material world. You just have a knowing, but your third eye has been blocked. But by disconnecting from something that no longer serves you, from moving on from the pain, you will be with you, and you will awaken and reconnect and fully connect and come into your true power with the divine. And that is very, very powerful. Very powerful. This is a powerful reading for what I'm doing. And that was what I felt for you, pile 1. Okay, for those of you that chose pile 2, before I begin reading, I do want to show that I do have other cards from the oracle decks that I have here that I will incorporate into this reading when I'm done reading this spread. Now, as I mentioned before, I do read every pile differently. And for this pile, this is showing me a story. Spirit showed me a story for you, pile 2. And I will tell you that the strongest cards right now that I'm going to pull out are 2 of Cups and the King of Swords. And I want to tell you that Spirit is showing me the story of someone that you were involved with, or someone that you are finishing a chapter with. And this is the King of Swords. What I'm picking up with this King of Swords is that whatever happened to them in their life has changed them. They have emotional scars. They were not always the King of Swords, but it's who they are now, because that is their armor, and that is what works for them. And there was a great difference between the two of you in your connection. There were periods, intermittent periods, where you flowed together so beautifully. But then, out of the blue, it was like swords were around you. And swords for your King of Swords was swords to protect you, surrounding you, to kind of enclose you. But for you, that is not, you felt it was too cold. I am seeing that there was such a cycle. You know, sometimes I have a hard time getting these out. A very unhealthy cycle. See, when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it means a brand new beginning, a brand new cycle of fortune, of luck, of happiness. In your spread, Spirit had it come out reverse. So there was a cycle, we'll put it this way so you can better understand it, of leaving the situation. And of course, 6 of Swords is leaving, but not leaving. So coming back, not having their courage to go, going, coming back, going, coming back. Very unhealthy. I'm not seeing Cups here, as you can see, aside from the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, which show leaving, unhappiness, unfulfillment, emotional unfulfillment. I am seeing here, pile 2, that you have come to understand that this situation needs to end. And the 5 of Swords reversed means a conclusion. Quite possibly you could be forgiving this person, but you can no longer move forward with them because there is no teamwork being put in. You have decided that your future is going to be with a different direction. I feel for you, pile 2, that your guards are up and it has hardened you somewhat. I don't want to say it's made you bitter, because I'm not seeing that it's going to last. but you're coming out of this. You're making a change for yourself. You want something new. You want to move forward. And for you, it is closing, ending the chapter to the story with them, or closing the book and writing a novel, just starting anew yourself, your future. So that is how Spirit conveyed this to me. Now, using the oracle messages, I will show what Spirit conveyed to me. See if I can make room. Can you see? Yes, you can see. Oh, wow. I hadn't even noticed, really. Sometimes I get so in tune with the reading and the shuffling that when the cards come out, I just lay them and then collect them. Sometimes I don't pay attention to them, but I do see retreat here's twice. So you may be saying, oh my goodness, give the relationship a chance. I feel it was that back and forth, that cycle, that negative cycle, because when you did the deception, wearing the false mask in the relationship, not being emotionally open to you, possibly allowing an interference into the connection, it just became unhealthy. And instead of communicating, I'm showing that quite possibly you could have just sexed it out. Meaning, instead of communicating with each other to really get to the depth of what the issues are, you just, I don't want to say aggressively took it out sexually, but there was, the passion was focused more in the relationship than the communication. But clearly not enough to have that glue there. That cement glue. And Spirit showed here with the balance card that definitely one person was giving way too much in this relationship. And Spirit used two different cards, which this is why you will hear me in my readings when it shows messages like this. That's why I love incorporating oracle messages with the tarot, because sometimes it'll help show something different or to further elaborate, or it will be very adamant about a specific message. And this message for you, while you're making this decision for a new chapter in your life, is you need your alone time. You need your alone time. You don't need the gossip, the gab from other people. You don't need BS occupying your mind. You do not need to be lingering with this King of Swords. He is in a whole nother... he is going through his journey. You do not need to be the healer. You need to be the healer for yourself. So be sure to retreat. Now with these two messages, I think they were upside down when I just saw them. Okay. So peace is going to be very, very important for you. I think that is one of your mottos. That peace is your thing. That's what you want in life. And if it's not bringing you peace, then you're not letting it in your life. Some of you may actually have a tattoo of a lotus flower or some kind of image hanging in your home with the lotus flower. This is you. This is that magical part of you, to where you're just so... You're so soft, you're so delicate, you're so strong, you're just so in your feminine energy. And that's why peace is important for you. Now, when you are retreating, you will heal, you will hear parts of you. If you have any physical ailments, that there are also meanings for that spiritually. Now, that's not to say that you are to bypass any medical attention, no. But when we harness stress, when we are very, very stressed, we start to feel it in our shoulder area, I believe, and different parts of our body. So you are basically going to be focusing on being healthy all the way around, inside, spiritually, mentally, physically, any way possible. Emotionally, you are going to master yourself. You are going to walk into your power. This is a new chapter in your life. And that is what Spirit conveyed for me for you, pile 2. Okay, for those of you that chose pile 3, before I begin reading your spread, I do want to remind you that I do have other other messages through oracle cards and different decks that I will be incorporating into your reading. And a reminder that I do read every pile very differently. It depends on how I am feeling with it energetically and connecting with Spirit. So in this reading, I have to say, Spirit is showing me that you were in an unfulfilling connection. I almost want to say that you were wronged in a very significant way. Just cruelty for some of you, a gross injustice to where it has you with your guards up, and you even get tense when you think about this connection. Now, some of you are still in this connection, but I'm seeing like it's going towards some kind of resolution, and I will explain that resolution. I'm seeing that you have finally been able to come out of not disillusionment, but out of stagnation, out of not being able to see the situation for what it was, or not having the courage to face it, to acknowledge that this is not your person. You have had like an opportunity. Something has inspired you to make a decision on this connection and see it for what it is, and basically let it go where it belongs, and that is out of your life. I am seeing that you are going to be making many changes. Like, it is within your power. You're going to be given an opportunity to explore. You are going to come to a period where you are feeling renewed. You are no longer holding on to things that don't serve you, and you will start focusing on your finances and seeing how you can really make your money grow. I mean, that's what came to it. You will come to a period of celebration where you are surrounded by people that will support you. Your friends, good times. Go out there, have some fun. Doesn't mean you have to go out there to meet someone, but you need to enjoy this life, because every day we're given on this earth is a blessing. And when we come across our lessons and we accept them and we learn from them, then we get to really enjoy the blessings in life. Now, some of you are very artsy, really talented. You could be spiritually, probably spiritually, musically inclined. Some of you with the spiritual world. Some of you are very artistic. I do see you feeling free and just no longer like this. Do you see just what the difference here is? I'm not going to speak for a few moments. Feel the energies of these two cards. Very different, right? Very different. You'll be coming out of this. This is what you can expect. Do you know what this is? Some of you may say, oh, that's a fool about to walk off the cliff. Well, not literally, but you are going to embark on a new life. You're going to make changes. Some of you are going to move for a job. You're going to say no more. Is this all there is? No. There's a lot of happiness coming your way. And with the Magician, you will have the tools. And if you don't have them right now, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to attain those tools to make the changes you need. I do see you kind of looking to leave a situation, leave a place, leave even a job, leave something, making moves